So hi guys, so on Monday I was out shooting with Esther and the weather was pretty poor, so I was actually using flash, but I couldn't get a tripod out because the flash would basically blow over. So I positioned it relatively close to her on one of these shots here, which you'll see shortly. But at that period of time I was shooting wide open with 1/8,000th of a second shutter speed, which can really give you some issues, especially if you forget to turn off the electronic first curtain shutter, or the EFCS, which I did. In the menus on the Sonys, you just go menu, scroll along until you find the E curtain, and literally just turn it off. And what that does is takes away any issues of actually causing the banding issue, which is due to the way the shutter works. It basically, I think the way it works is basically it starts the image electronically and then finishes it mechanically, but you can get the same issue without it. Obviously you can't use flash with it completely silent mode, but in silent mode you can get the banding with certain lighting conditions. But as you can see here, Esther's got some lines across her skin, and that is the banding. So on screen I basically didn't even notice this until I got back, and I was like, oh bugger, I've made a complete boo-boo. I knew exactly what I'd done, I'd forgotten to turn it off. Very rarely do I have it on anyway, so I don't know why I'd even turned it back on. Must have been a reason. But anyway, everyone makes mistakes, but as you can see the banding is quite obvious in the shots on her skin and on her top. It's not so bad on the edges or anything like that, it's just where the flash was basically hitting. So the way around it for me was, obviously we could reshoot it, but the weather had changed by then, and obviously we'd gone home. So I had a little play with Photoshop and basically found out if you drop the clarity a little bit to soften the skin off, brighten the image very slightly, and actually add some grain, which for us, we were out on a bleak morning, even though it was summer, on the beach, very windy conditions, so adding a little bit of grain into the image wasn't really an issue, and it just kind of added to the feel of the image anyway. So that's how you kind of get rid of it if it's not that obvious. Sometimes the banding can be completely horrendous, but I was lucky there was a lot of ambient light which obviously counteracted it a little bit. As another shot here, you can see I've done exactly the same thing, and then you'll see a black and white version as well. But just something to say, no one's perfect. I made a mistake, hands up, and obviously lots of other people have as well, but it's very easily rectified if you look at your camera settings before you start shooting, and if you are going to use flash, especially off camera flash, obviously make sure you turn that off, and it changes the shoot completely. Obviously I wouldn't have had the problem, wouldn't have had to edit them like this, even though I quite like the edits. A little bit of graininess kind of takes it almost back to a little bit of film feel, and then especially in black and white it's added a little bit of sort of grain and depth to the image as well, so it kind of works in some respects anyway. So but anyway, that was my little boo-boo, but obviously hopefully it might help some other people out there who are new to the mirrorless systems, and it's one of those things you just got to watch out and try and remember, if you're using flash, especially off camera flash, turn the E curtain off, and then shoot that way, and then obviously turn it back on later if you want it back on. Anyway guys, please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and if you want to ask some questions or whatever, feel free, and any comments are welcome, and I'll see you guys soon.